And Tyler, after offensive possession like that, you just hope that this defense can come out here and pull together a stop. They didn't. They had their backs against the wall last time with Shiloh starting on maybe the 30-yard line. So a little better field position for the defense here. Let's see what they do with it.
And he rolls out right, and that ball is short of the receiver and just hits the ground. Looks like he was trying to connect with Holman right there.
Tyler, we got a good crowd. There's a good group of Mills folks that have made the trip. So
they did.
Good job by the Mills fans to make that long 3-hour drive and it was cold.
Definitely. And Wisdom hands that ball off to Bo Williams, and he is tackled right there in the backfield. And that's exactly what these Comets are going to have to do. Carl, are you seeing anything from this Comets defense? Do you feel like this is the defense to go against this offense? Or
I have to see a few more plays, Tyler. That was only the fourth snap of the game. I'm trying to look at a little bit of the philosophy here, and I did get to catch up with Coach Rick earlier this week, so I'll give you a little insight about that just a minute.
And Wisdom has his offense set. They actually send Bodie Neal in motion. He rolls out right, a quick sprint to the right, and he makes a cut that is Dex wider on the catch, and he is tackled after picking up the first down. And it looks like they're going to go with this hurry-up offense, maybe to get this defense tired. He gets that ball to Bo right there, and he is tackled immediately by Derek Murdoch. And those quick screens, I'm not sure if that's their game, but I don't think that's something they want to do because the guys on the outside of this Comets defense can get to the ball in a hurry.
I think they saw a little bit of the success they had against Valonia as he sends another man in motion, rolls out into the flat, and throws it the other way. Number 22 cuts back and runs into the end zone for the Shiloh Christian Saints touchdown.
Eli Wisdom connects with Noah Dedernate for the touchdown, and that was a great design play right there. Sent the player in motion to get the eyes flowing. They go to the left. He runs a screen to the opposite side. And the play call right there, that was a great play call. Great design play. And the Comets have to respond on this drive, on this series. And I think it's early, but you have to air it out.
Yeah, Tyler, they're going to have to find some offense in a hurry here. And you know, one thing about Shiloh is they have seemingly struggled in the first half of ball games. They've started slow. I know in several of their games they've really gotten off late in the third and fourth quarters. And so for them to jump out to a 14-0 lead here, this offense is going to have to figure it out in a hurry.
They are, and I think, Steve, like you said, them having to figure it out. Last week we did talk to the player of the game, Anton Pearson. He told us that him and Jabray Shaw, those two guys, two of the great players on the offensive and defensive side of the ball, they said that they didn't want it to be their last game because they saw a TikTok and they saw how sad it looked when it's your last game and you lose in the playoffs. So I think those two guys are going to step up and probably give some energy to the team. But we'll just have to see here. And he kicks that ball to Daniel Brown. We know what he can do, but the Saints swarm, and he has nowhere to go, but he makes a cut, gets to the sideline, shows the speed still running, and gets tackled at about the 38-yard line, giving these Comets some room to work with. And we all know Daniel Brown is special as a kick return specialist. I mean, not sure how he does it, but the guy can find a hole in a Cheerio. It's already a hole in there, Carl.
He's another guy I'm going to be watching tonight, carrying the load of him and Cameron Dunbar, who is out tonight with an injury.
And the Comets actually are in this trips formation. Trips right is what it is. I believe that is at the bottom of the screen. Holman tries to press up against QJ, but instead they go deep to Tyler Johnson, the deep threat, and that pass is broken up. And I can't see a number that is number 21 for Shiloh Christian, Bo Williams. And Tyler Johnson, we know, one of the many deep threats that the Comets have, can take the top off at any time. And like I said, I think they have to start going deep. I don't know if it should be that deep, but just start getting this ball moving.
And Tyler, first and second down is where I want to see those quick screens just to pick up positive yardage and get a little momentum and get Ringo really going.
Uh-oh. Oof.
Woo, and that one could have got ugly off of the tip pass.
And we know tip balls are interceptions.
They are. And now you put yourself in a situation where it's 3rd and long again. You have to try to pick this up. And in desperation, I'd like to see what they do on this 4th down.
And it's 3rd down, I believe. And do you
on
guys
this 3rd down
think that Charlie will see any of this offensive side of the ball? Steve, what do you think?
I got to believe you. I mean, you got to do everything you can at this point. And you know, yeah, the answer is yes. I think we're going to see some Charlie.
Ringo with a great pass to QJ King, and that pass is dropped. And that brings up 4th down with the punt team coming onto the field. And these Comets are going to have to stop the Saints. They're going to have to stop Shiloh Christian and just put together some plays. Big-time players make big-time plays and big-time moments.
Would you dare fake this?
I wouldn't, not this early. But they keep snapping the ball short, but QJ seems to get a good foot in it, so they actually get a good bounce. And Shiloh Christian will be starting where they haven't started all game, and now we have to see them drive the field 80 yards.
This is what I want to see right here, Tyler. I want to see if they can put together the long drive. They had a couple quick hits, great play calling by the offensive coordinator. Let's see what he could put together here, and let's see how Coach Rick on the defensive side of the ball can combat that.
And it looks like the Saints love the rollout.
And that motion, they're going to throw that into the flat all game if possible. So they'll have to definitely keep an eye on that and find a way to navigate through that traffic to make that tackle.
You know, and to your point, Carlton, that rollout's probably their best defense against this defensive line right now.
Yes, and Charlie is going to have to get to that outside, maybe get a holding call, but 53 is doing a great job blocking them. And Wisdom takes off, still running, and is finally pushed out of bounds at the 50-yard line. That is enough for a 1st down.
And that kid does have wheels on him for sure. I see why he's a 1,000-yard rusher in this conference this year.
And if you pay attention, their rollout can always turn into, as you see, he has 2 leading blockers each time, so that rollout can turn into a scramble at any time, and it looks like a designed play call for a run.
And the Comets have to get a stop right here, Tyler. Honestly, I'm not sure what the play will be, but a play has to be made for sure to put these guys either behind the sticks or put them in a situation where they have to punt the ball.
And if we're actually paying attention to the game, then you see that the Saints are not going deep. They're not going over top. They're throwing the short passes, throwing what the Comets actually give them, and they're just completing them. I mean, they're running comebacks, they're running curls, and that's about it. We're sending someone across the field, but nobody has went deep yet. We saw number 9 run a corner, but QJ King was covered on top of him and had to come down to make the tackle on that curl route.
And I like the idea of maybe making Wisdom read a zone defense rather than just sticking with the man defense. We know they do have the manpower. They have guys out there like Miles Castor who can cover, Jabray Shaw. Anton Pierce covers up the whole side of the field, and QJ as well. So we know that they are capable of playing man, but I like to see them switch it up and throw them a few different looks here.
And you have to see some Jabray and some of this robber type of defense. So, I mean, that is something to look out for, to see if he can actually come up with the interception with all of these short passes. And look, it looks like a double pass right here. He goes down the middle of the field, and just like I said, Jabray Shaw playing in that robber type of defense right there, can come up with the interception, and that is exactly what he does. And I always like to say, when one of the players that's playing both sides come up with a great play on defense, give them the ball on offense, let them keep that momentum going. And maybe it's a bad philosophy, but maybe it's not, because every time a player catches it on defense, an interception or picks up a fumble, if they can, it translates to their offense. So the energy they have, they must use this to get into the end zone. It is 14-0 with 7 minutes and 12 seconds left here in this first quarter. And Ringo hands this ball off to Daniel Brown, who makes a cut, tries to bounce outside, and gets tackled.
And honestly, Tyler, that was just a display of the two players that you mentioned earlier that we all know about. Brayshaw being disciplined and staying home even after seeing the swing route, and Anton Pierce covering up a whole side of the field.
And you actually have Brayshaw is the player that is bracketed. And they have the same thing going on this right side of the field. And Tyler Johnson drops the ball. And if these Comets can actually make some catches this game, this ball will get moving. I mean, we had a drop pass from QJ King earlier that would have been a first down right there from Tyler Johnson. We know what he can do when he gets the ball. So we just have to see these Comets make the plays that they always play.
And I like the play call right there, but I want to see that on first down. Just a few quick hits, get your athletes in space, and let's play football.
Ringo looking deep to Anton Pierce. Pierce wide open, safety right there. Pierce makes a catch as he jumps up, and now he's holding his head. I hope he's all right. He's pretty slow to get up, but that is enough for a first down.
What an amazing catch right there by Anton.
Carl, it looked like he was in a bouncy house the way he just elevated.
Might be this trampoline turf they got out there, Tyler.
That turf is hard out there now, especially in the red zone. It is hard.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's cold outside, too.
Yeah, I don't know if it felt frozen down there.
Trips right to the bottom of the screen. Ringo sends Tyler Johnson in motion, hands that ball off to Daniel Brown, and Daniel actually loses his feet and is tackled by Deernut.
And the crowd is into it for sure.
Just to set it up, we are crowd level pretty much in these stands. If there was a back row stands, this would be it. We're pretty low in this press box.
And Ringo sends Tyler Johnson in motion. Nobody goes with them. That shows you what type of defense that the Saints are in right now. So, do they send Pierce across the middle? No, they actually hand this ball off to Daniel Brown. Once again, going up the middle. And I think that they should just stick with the passing. The passing is where it's at. That's what they've done the past 4 games. And that's not to knock Daniel Brown. I mean, he's great at running back, but you can even send him out on flare routes as you see that these Saints are actually dropping back because of the speed that the Comets have with King and Pierce and Shaw. So,
and this 3-3-5 front that they're running right here, Tyler, play action would be the most effective pass on them.
Carl, you are correct. But watch and see if they could just send Daniel Brown out to the flats. He's wide open each time.
Got him.
And QJ King is just short of that pass, and that brings up 4th down.
And I think you got to go for this one. You're not giving up terrible field position necessarily. It's been worse, and the defense was able to come up with the stop right here. But I think you got to try to get this momentum. It's 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in this first quarter. Try to get something going here, something positive.
And you have QJ King right there in the middle of the field. But Ringo takes matters into his own hands, gets down.
He's got it.
And it looks like he picks up the first down. And these chains will keep moving as the Comets are knocking on that door of getting into the red zone and finally maybe the end zone.
And Ringo's going to have to do that a few times tonight for sure. All of the slack that they're giving him. You have 8 people in coverage against 4 people running routes. like you said, I'd like to see that flare route a little bit, Tyler, and screen pass as well.
And they might be sending one off the edge. That is what they've been doing on the wide side of the field. Nobody has blitzed on this short side of the field yet. And he actually drops back. Ringo goes deep to Pierce. And that ball is nearly intercepted by number 9, and that is Neal.
Tyler, they're backing off so far. I think you got to run a few of these short hitches. You have to get the ball to your athletes. 2 and 3 yard routes could even be big as far back as they are playing on these comings.
Yeah, I think they need to sit Anton down in that zone, somewhere around the 10-15 yard line.
As well as could a quarterback draw work for the Comets right now?
I think it could.
And it actually could. Ringo still going through his progression.
That's interference.
And he nearly throws another interception to Neal, and this pass is dropped. And Anton Pierce is shaking up on this play once again.
And I am surprised we didn't see a flag right there. I'm not sure if the feet got tangled or what happened, but it looked like he got tripped on that play. And Coach Lee is not happy about it. Neither are the Comet fans here in the crowd.
Yeah, I think that's the explanation the officials giving right now is that they got their feet caught up, so that's going to be the call.
And you have to think this is 4-down territory. You want to get something going here so where you don't have to pick up 10 yards if you don't get this.
It is 3rd and 10. Trips right to the bottom of the screen. And the Comets actually call a timeout. Coach Scoop calls a timeout, rallies his team, and let's see if they can put a play together here.
A quick update, Catholic leads Little Rock Christian 7-3 at the end of the first.
Oh, man, that's a good one. Little Rock Christian.
I also want to say, everybody watching, we appreciate you watching. If we're having some glitches in the stream, we apologize. We got good internet, but I think it's dropped here or there. But we've been able to stay live. So you guys just, if it goes in and out, just stick with us. We should be good to go.
14-0 is what it is. 3 minutes, 34 seconds left here in this first quarter. The Comets are knocking on the door, close to getting into this red zone. And once they get there, we know sometimes it's almost for sure that they get into the end zone. So 3rd and 10, we're going to see what Coach Scooten, this offense is dialed up. Coach Lee is down there talking to the refs probably about that pass interference that happened. But they said that the feet actually got tangled up. So we're going to see if we get a call here in the near future.
Another quick update. Robinson leads Batesville 7-0 with 11 minutes to go in the first. They just scored.
Empty is what it is. Ringo looks at Jabray Shaw, and maybe this is the guy to go to. Jabray Shaw with the stop and go, and Ringo actually gets his mouthpiece knocked out of his mouth and sacked behind the line of scrimmage, and that brings up 4th down. Of course, we aren't going to punt. We have to go for it.
And what a play design right there. I like that sluggo route. The middle of the field is what I've seen that could be a gullible spot for this Saints defense. But now here, I'm sure they go 2 safeties high and try to keep everything in front of them.
And Carl, with this trips right to the bottom of the screen, if QJ was to run a post and Tyler Johnson to run a wheel right behind that, and number 2, we don't have a name for that one. If he could just run that seam route, I believe that would be enough for a first down.
That's exactly what they did right there, Tyler.
And Jabray Shaw with the jump ball.
Oh, he caught it.
And he catches it, and that is enough for a cornerstone touchdown.
My God.
That kid is back. That kid is ready. And that kid is here.
I'll take him at 80%.
QJ or Jabray? It was Jabray?
Jabray Shaw.
8.
Number 8.
And I'll take number 8 at 80% any day on my football team.
And it looks like they are going to field goal with this one.
If they get out there on time, they got 10 seconds. They got to hurry.
I don't like this to be pressed for time.
Boy.
And that was a terrible kick. So 14-6 is what it is. Haven't really kicked much at all this season. I mean, they've only kicked 2 field goals. QJ is 1-1, now 1-3 on the season with field goals. And I say, why not just keep going for 2 instead of shying away from it? But hey.
You wonder, last week it put them behind the 8 ball a couple of times against Hot Springs, had them chasing points, but
it did.
Up until that big drive where they fumbled the 2 snaps. So maybe that's the thought process here. Like I said, they were practicing in pregame, but late out there, late getting it up. So I think I'm with you, Tyler. I'd be sticking with the 2-point conversions.
Yep. No reason to shy away from him. He's gotten them 50 points at least 2 times this season. Helped them get past 50, helped them get 40-point games. So they're going to need every point they can in this game, but I say it should be 2 points instead of 1.
And guys, special teams, the kicking game, and how that has had an effect on this ball game early. Had Shiloh Christian starting at about the 30-yard line on their first drive, where they scored in 2 plays. Then you have the punt that didn't get very far, returned for about 15 yards. That led to a scoring drive as well. Let's see if QJ can get a foot in this one, and the kickoff coverage is good enough to where they don't have to start the defense behind the 8 ball. And
it looks like they onside kicked that ball.
Did they get a penalty? The ball didn't go 10 yards.
The ball for sure didn't go 10 yards. But
and they're trying new things, but this is the playoffs.
Confused at the ruling here.
The ref did not throw a flag, but I guess they give them the ball where it was first touched, is what I'm guessing, and here we are.
And
oh, wow.
The Saints get going early and score on the first play, and that's enough for a cornerstone touchdown. And I'm understanding why these Saints have scored 72 points in a game and average 51 points per game. They score fast, hit you quick, and then they're a hurry-up offense.
Tyler, I think it's safe to say offense is going to rule the night. Mills is going to have to figure it out in a hurry on the offensive side.
Offense is definitely going to rule the night, and the Comets are going to have to fight back. This is going to have to be a shootout. They are behind right now, and we always say they're one of the best teams that coming from behind, not to just brag about that, but they're going to have to do a lot of coming back in tonight's game. The score is 21-6, 2 minutes, 30 seconds left here in this first quarter. Playoff implications, win or go home. It is do or die right now, and these Comets are going to have to step up and continue to make plays when they can. Jabray Shaw caught the interception, caught the touchdown. Anton Pierce got the ball, moved down the field with his great catch. These Comets are going to have to keep putting the ball in their playmakers' hands.
And right here, I would like to see a big play by the special teams unit. That would be big for the Comets for sure, taking a little pressure off of this offense as well as this defense, who is tired of being out on the field and have given up 21 points in the first quarter with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. But I'm sure Coach Rick will get those guys right with a few adjustments. And the onside kick there.
And that's a great catch. Great recovery.
All hands. That was a great recovery right there.
And I believe that is
Miles Castor.
MCW. Ringo hands that ball off to Daniel Brown, and the run game hasn't been there for the Comets at all this game.
Not mad at that one. Picked up about 3 yards there, Tyler. Just putting yourself in a better situation. But you have to get a few of those quick hits, and they're going to have to take shots for sure, as this game is already a high-scoring game. Actually playing with 3 safeties right now.
Ooh.
And
that was a tough tackle the way he landed or got hit in his leg, but Jabray is able to get up right there.
Bray's shaking that right leg already, so keep an eye on that.
And it looks like the Comets are moving this ball successfully right now. First down is what it is. Ringo drops back, go through his progressions.
There's that post-wheel combo you talked about, Tyler.
They're trying to strip him right there.
And a little unnecessary roughness right there after the play, but the Saints are not penalized for it. These refs are shy of throwing flags right now. But nevertheless, Christian makes another big play, putting the Comets behind the sticks, and this will be about 2nd and 14.
Have a little Glorilla going on. Trips right is what it is to the bottom of the screen. Ringo gets his offense together, 2nd and long. Quick screen to Tyler Johnson. Tyler catches that one, gets great blocks by Pierce, and QJ King has to protect that ball and is finally down after, I believe, he picked up the first down, and they will give it to him. That is enough for a first down.
And that kid is a speedster for sure.
It's down there. Ringo, the pressure is getting to him. He has to run out of bounds right there, and he does just that. That is a smart play. And like I said, this will be an offensive game. I'm not sure if either one of these team defenses can keep up with each other's offense. So it's going to have to be a shootout. I mean, the Shiloh Christian Saints have been getting the ball in great field position each time, except for when they were on the 20 and have to drive 80 yards. So if they just keep pinning these guys back, it'll be a great thing for the Comets and their offense if they can make stops. He hands that ball off to Daniel Brown. Daniel hesitates and is finally brought down after picking up about 2 yards right there. And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. 21-6 is what it is. 3rd down and 5. And we will be back here shortly. And we are back. It is the 2nd quarter, waiting on the Saints to come out of their huddle. And that first quarter, I mean, Carl, what did you see? But before you answer that, I mean, the Saints scored fast and in a hurry, acting like they have somewhere to be.
I think that defense of the Comets, they got a few stops there. The offense wasn't able to capitalize on all of them. They did get the 1 touchdown. I believe that was a big play in the game. If it's 21-0, we're in a whole different ball game here, Tyler.
Definitely. But the Comets do have a chance to get into the end zone once again. It's 3rd and 5. Ringo drops back. Anton Pierce across the middle of the field. Tyler Johnson into the flats. Ringo takes another sack, and that is something that he can't do. And, of course, these Comets are going to go for it right now, but he has to avoid the sacks. I'm not sure if it's the O-line or if he's just taking his time in that pocket due to the defense. It's 3-3-5 that the Saints are running, but the Comets have to get a first down At least.
Outside of the tuck by Ringo, the big catch by Jabray, and the big catch by Anton, it hasn't been much success here for this offense early.
And like I said, the flare route is there. And another catch is made, and these guys are making great catches. That was QJ King jumping up to snag the ball on about 2 or 3 defenders right there. And now we're working.
Now they're cooking with grease, and they can pull this into a one-possession game on
Carl,
a play right here.
Is it Crisco that they're cooking with, or what grease? Is it canola, Crisco, which one? But these guys are cooking, and that's exactly what they're going to need, that type of heat in a cold game like this. And Ringo hands that ball off to Derek Murdoch, and Murdoch is like a bowling ball, and I think they found something. They actually bring Charlie in, so they might go to this powerhouse formation, but I see Murdoch coming out of the game, as well as QJ King and Jabray Shaw.
And I'm interested to see what this one is.
And I think he just handed this one off in the middle, and he does. And Daniel Brown gets nowhere.
I think you got to keep Murdoch in there. He's a head-down runner, the bowling ball. That's the back that you want in here right now.
The kid is big. The kid is huge.
And Daniel was able to find a little crease right there, picking up a few yards. But I think Derek Murdoch, with his size and ability, is able to just fall into the end zone.
3rd and 2. 2 yards. And it looks like they're going to get into the end zone, and they do get into the end zone for a cornerstone touchdown. And, mama, we have ourselves a ball game. 21-12. And I don't think you kick a field goal right here. I think you go for the 2. But them kicking that field goal already put them behind on their 2-point conversion, so they have to go for 2 regardless of the situation.
Yes, they do, Tyler.
Because it's a when do you go for 2 type of situation if they are to stay in this game.
And another stop by that defense will be critical. And I know that they can pull it together. They always do.
Ringo, play action, roll out, caught, touchdown, 2-point conversion, Anton Pierce. And like I said, do not shy away from what you usually do. Stick with the game plan. This is playoff implications. Play your game, and it will work out in your favor. And that's exactly what happened right there. 9 minutes and 39 seconds left here on the Meal Sports Network. 21-14, Shiloh Christian Saints are in the lead. The Comets have came down to Springdale. 2nd round of the playoffs, looking to get a win and make it to the 3rd round.
A stop right here would be huge for the Comets. We know how good they are playing off of momentum and just playing off of each other. The defense and the offense do a great job of that. I think it has to do a lot with the relationship between Coach Scoot and the defensive coordinator, Coach Rick. I feel like they really complement each other well, just with the play calling, along with some of the defensive play calling as well. And they see things from each other's perspective.
And QJ, feet set, ball wet, and this ball is kicked off, and Williams gets that ball and takes off. And they've been having great kickoff returns every time, and he makes a great run, runs through the man, and is finally down past the midfield. And if the Saints keep getting the ball past the 50, it's going to be easy for them. I mean, the guys can score at ease. And that's nothing to take away from this Comets defense, because the Comets can score at ease as well. But it's just one of those type of games where the offense is clicking on both sides for the away team and the home team. But hopefully these Comets can make a stand right here and get this defense off the field. And they continue with the inside zone, and he is running hard. He's absolutely running hard. You just saw him on the kick return. And I'm not even sure what to say That is number 21 doing all of that work, Bo Williams.
There's that motion again into that flat.
And they actually roll out. And, Carl, I think if they actually just roll their defense to the short side of the field and send a corner blitz, then maybe, just maybe, the Comets could be working with something. The corner blitz on that short side of the field, his backside, he's rolling out to the wide side each time, so it wouldn't be a bad idea. And they hand that ball off to Bo Williams once again. He breaks another tackle. The inside zone that has been eating the Comets up all year eats them up again, and it is now 27-14, 9 minutes left here in this second quarter. And the offense has to score once again. And these are the type of games I love, just to see offensive scoring back-to-back. But Carl and Steve, I know these aren't you guys' type of games. You guys want to see defense.
It's so cringy, Tyler.
Hey, I'm all about some offense, but I did not feel like this set up well for Mills to get in a shootout.
And that field goal is good, 27-14. They are up.
Yeah, I'll take one of these games all day long, but I just don't think it sets up well for our
That field goal
Comets.
is no good.
Oh.
27-14. 9 minutes left here in the second quarter. And Steve, like you said, I would love to see one of these offensive games, and hopefully these Comets can keep moving the ball. It's been pretty tough, but they have been finding a way, and Ringo is going to have to keep finding a way with this offense.
As a defensive guy, Tyler, just sitting watching this game, seeing the adjustments that could be and probably need to be made for this to be a ball game again, especially for our Mills Comets.
Is this a game, Carlton, in your mind where it's just that cold weather? These guys, are they not wanting to hit? What's the issue? I mean, I don't know that we've seen Mills struggle this much against the run all year.
I think it's just more of the pre-snap. I think the pre-snap is really getting the eyes of those linebackers. They're filling those holes a little too slow.
And he actually kicks this one right to Anton Pierce. Like I said, you don't want to keep giving that ball to Daniel Brown or QJ King back there. Anton Pierce makes the fair catch. The Comets will have the ball at about the 30-yard line. And it is now go time for these Comets. And in games like this, you want to save your big defensive player and save these guys, but I believe Charlie has to get on this offensive side of the ball, even as a decoy or just a lead blocker. But we'll see what the Comets can do coming in this second quarter.
Here they go again with this 3-3-5, Tyler.
And they're standing at 3-3-5 all night. And they hand that ball off to Tyler Johnson, that running back. Looks like he had a crease right there, but he is tackled by number 40 for the Saints. And that is Glenn.
A good run right there, Tyler. He actually picked up about 5 yards. I'll take that any day.
And you have Holman on Jabray Shaw. Holman looking for the help. They send Tyler Johnson in motion. Jabray Shaw with a fake quick screen. They throw the wheel.
Oh!
QJ King looks like a targeting call, but the refs do not call it a headshot. And QJ King looks to be all right. And that pass is incomplete.
And I think the refs might have their hands in their pockets because it's a little cold. They haven't been trigger happy at all with those penalties. I haven't seen them call one.
We've had one penalty the whole game, guys.
One penalty.
And that was on the opening kickoff.
And that is hard to believe.
And sometimes you have to pick your poison, whether you want to ref to throw flags or don't throw flags. But these refs don't look like they're going to be throwing many flags in tonight's game. Ringo sends QJ in motion, looks left to QJ, gets out of the pocket, and makes a man miss and is finally sacked. And that brings up fourth down. And it looks like these Comets will be punting this ball off. But QJ King is telling Coach Scoot that he wants to go for it. I guess he saw something. Or wait, that was Jabray Shaw telling Coach to go for it.
I'm going to tell you, Tyler, if they'll go route here, now they're going to make Holloman back. They're going to push Holloman back. They're going to punt it.
They're going to punt.
I tell you what, Holloman cannot hold Jabray, and he literally had to hold him on that play because Jabray had him beat, and he had nothing but a handful of jersey. The officials missed it.
And I also would like to see them use that QJ package a little earlier this week. I know they used it last week after Ringo led them to 2 straight possessions.
And QJ might have to run this one, and he actually still gets that punt off.
And got a lot of it. That's not a bad punt at all, especially for the situation. Pins it down at the 24, and that is where the drive will begin for the Saints.
It's imperative now to get a stop, you guys. They cannot continue to allow these 1 and 2 and 3 play touchdown drives to Shiloh.
And I don't believe Shiloh has went over 6 plays on a series yet. They've scored each time under 6 plays. They've only had 1 drive where they did drive the ball 6 times, and that time they didn't score. That was when they were on the 20-yard line. So we'll see what they have to do driving the field this time.
And the receivers that are outside of the hashes are there just for a decoy, and he hits right in between them right there.
And Bo Williams is running out of his mind right now.
This one's coming back.
And Jabray flips the whip right there on Bo Williams. I would imagine this is a hold on a running play, and it looks like it is, which will back them up and put them behind the stick. So let's see what this play calling is like here. They haven't really put it too deep in the air, Tyler. They know how dangerous that could be against this Mills offense. But like I was mentioning, these receivers outside of the numbers, I would play very deep inside leverage on them because they are just there as decoys.
And let's see if we have a rollout right here by the Saints, probably a rollout to this wide side of the field, but instead he stays right there, throws the screen to Bo Williams, and Bo makes a cut, breaks a tackle, and is finally brought down. The kid is running hard. I'm not sure about his frame, but the way he's running, he's built like something under those pads.
State powerlifting champions, what we're being told down here.
State powerlifting champion. So I guess that explains it all. They hand it off to Bo Williams once again. He gets a great lead block and is finally tackled.
And I think you just have to load the box and go man. Maybe even bringing Jabray down, walking him down into that box. You want to stop this run. These receivers way out here, I think they're just decoys. And now we see Bo Williams go out on a fake bubble.
Oh, good play.
Draw, and that is a great play made right there by Derek Murdoch.
These players have to make plays. It is now 4th and 5. 4th down, 5 yards to go. And it looks like they're going to go for it. They believe in this offense. They don't believe in Mills' offense at all, it looks like, because they're choosing to go for it. And if the Comets stop them, then they will actually have great field position. But they have to be disciplined and not jump. And it looks like that's exactly what they were trying to do, trying to get them to jump off sides and pick up that 1st down. So we'll see what the Saints do coming outside of this timeout.
And I think they punt this ball here.
Yeah,
but you have to give it a try to make the guys jump. They're desperate for a stop right now. Great play call by Coach, but with 5 minutes and 45 seconds here, I think we will be seeing the Comets offense come back out on the field and be able to close the gap on this 13-point game.
Yeah, I can't imagine a scenario here where you go for it up 2 touchdowns if you're Shiloh. You give Mills the ball in great field position right before the half. That would benefit us very much, and this is the Shiloh team doesn't play that way. This isn't PA.
I don't think so either.
This is not PA, and I don't think you want to downplay these Comets. Whether you believe in your defense or offense that much, this isn't a team to downplay or look down upon because these guys can also score at will. They just have to be disciplined, get great blocks on that O-line, and give Ringo some time if Ringo can get this ball out just a little early. But that 3-3-5, you have 3 down linemen, 8 people in coverage, so it's pretty tough with that 8 against 4. And like I said, they should send the running back out into the flats or on the flare route.
They are going to go for this.
And they are taking QJ and Miles Castor completely out of the play.
And I believe you have to watch out for Bo Williams. Maybe it is a counter. You have these guys, they probably will get ran off.
Watch the read option as well.
And He actually drops back, has Neal right
good
across the
D.
middle of the field, and that is exceptional defense
My
by
God.
Brayshaw on Neal, and that is a turnover on downs, and these guys have to score. Brayshaw is ready to play. Pierce ready to play. QJ making great catches. Tyler Johnson. I like Tyler Johnson at that running back position.
And Tyler, speaking of, I'm going to go to speak about Tyler Johnson, but, man, that one almost made me shed a tear. That is beautiful coverage. He completely put the blanket on the motioning receiver who tried to run sort of an angle route out of that backfield right there.
And it looks like QJ has a chance to take the top off right here on this play. They're in man coverage, nobody up top. And what does Ringo do?
Oh,
he
my
gets
God.
sacked and he fumbles. And the Saints pick up the ball, and guess who it is? Bo Williams, and the Saints will now have the ball at 55. Looks like he was slow to even recognize that one right there. But that isn't his fault at all.
And this defense, this is going to be very tough for them.
This will hurt.
This is going to be very tough for that defense. Mentally, you just got off the field, just got a great stop. And I believe that he was actually down. That is the case that the coaches are trying to plead here on this coming sideline.
And they send Bo Williams in motion. He's a decoy. He drops back, and he is sacked. What happened?
And they called the forward progress very early. It looks like he was trying to strip that ball there. And these refs are favoring the Saints right now. It is home field advantage. It is the playoffs. But nevertheless,
2nd and 19.
2nd and 19. Great play by the Comets.
5 minutes left. And like we said earlier, feels like we are in the stands. The away press box is literally the top row on the away side in the bleachers. And Bo Williams runs again.
Another good run, but they are behind the sticks, so I think that's just a stalemate right there. They cut down the yardage by about 5 yards, and the Comets still have them in a 3rd and long situation. So let's see them put this ball in this air here.
3rd and 15.
And I'd like to see MCW back up a little bit on Holtman right here on this outside.
Carl, I don't think he has to. I believe he can cover him quite well, as we've been seeing this whole game. They actually roll out to this wide side of the field. Holman runs a comeback, and the pass is complete.
Be a yard shy.
And that is why I was saying give him a little bit of space right there. He actually had a step on him. I'm not sure the play call, but he had a step on him right there and ran the comeback route.
4th and 2.
And these Saints are pretty speedy. It looks like they're going to give this ball to Bo Williams right here. Instead, they keep it with the quarterback. We have a holding, and the ref doesn't.
My God. That is atrocious refereeing right there. The ref blatantly looks at the hole and does not call anything right there. So I'm not sure what's going on here. And I'm not into conspiracies, but it's sure hard to believe that the ref didn't see that one.
And the ref actually looks to Coach Lee and tells him to keep his cool. And he is going to have to do that. He goes deep. Don't try Anton.
Oh, did he catch that?
He did, but I believe he was out of bounds.
I think he lost it on the contact of the ground. He wasn't able to complete the catch. But, man.
He's hurt, too. He's
I think he lost his wind right there.
I believe that is Neal down on their far side of the field.
You're seeing that official over there telling Coach Lee to calm down or cool down. That's kind of like, I feel like that's me telling my wife to calm down. Probably not the greatest plan.
2nd and 10. The Saints send Bo Williams in motion. They run a quarterback draw. And
the 1,000-yard rusher. Looks like he picks up enough for the first down right there. Pretty complex offense right here, Tyler. Sort of does remind me of PA.
I don't know if it's complex or if they're just running this hurry-up offense, not allowing the defense to get set. And that is enough for another touchdown. 33 to 14 is what it is. 3 minutes, 22 seconds left here in this first half. And these Comets have to find a way to make a stop on defense and get into the end zone, or this game won't be pretty.
Defense not able to hold up there. I knew that drive was going to be tough on them mentally. They started off the drive pretty good with a 9-yard loss on the first play, but not able to ride that energy and get a stop.
He kicks that one over the net. 34 to 14 is what it is in this first half as we get close to coming to an ending. 3 minutes, 22 seconds left. These Comets have to score to even stay in the game during the second half. And you can see the frustration on these guys' faces. I don't think this weather has any type of factor anymore. Now it's just who wants it.
And we saw a game like this where they were down 19-0 at Whitehall, Tyler. So we've seen them behind this type of lead. So let's see how they respond right here.
And do you expect them to actually kick this ball off or try an onside kick and just go with their luck?
I would honestly try the onside kick right here, just with the type of momentum we have. We're at home, playoff game, but let's see what they do.
They actually kick this one deep. QJ King, will he reverse fields? He does. And these Saints are actually out there hitting. They're playing hard-nosed football. And these Comets are going to have to step up on this offensive line. Protect Ringo, give him a chance. But, I mean, it's only 3 guys rushing against the O-line, but you have 8 guys in coverage against 4 people going out for routes. So it's hard to find somebody in the defense like that. So you have to get that ball out pretty quick, and you have to protect the quarterback. I mean, it's only 3 guys rushing. So,
and Tyler, I would have liked to see early in this game them go with that power formation, and let's see if they stay with those 3 down linemen and 8 guys in coverage.
And Ringo drops back, and he is sacked once again.
And this is not a time to point the finger. These guys have to try to come together here.
We haven't seen Ringo sack this much all season.
I don't think so either.
6 sacks in the first half.
He's getting after it. They're getting after it out there.
And I think you just have to throw some quick screens like you said earlier. Can't try to go deep. And they actually go deep. And he throws this ball away from where anyone can get it. And it looks like the people are looking for a pass interference.
I think that was good coverage right there. He had 3 guys on him. They were all in front of him, running after the ball as well. Can't be too mad about that one, but there have been a lot of questionable calls here today and only a few penalties.
I think the question there, though, is what's the game plan here? You're going to have to figure – you guys were right earlier. They're going to have to figure out a way to work the middle, kind of like that second level right over the middle, because that's where the field is open.
Draw in the linebackers with the play action and dump it right over their heads.
They show blitz but still bring 3 guys. They cross. Ringo has nowhere to go. And this time he is sacked by Bo Williams, who is doing absolutely everything. He ran straight through the right guard. And I understand why the kid was a state champion power lifter. I mean, that's a lot of weight to push back. Made the sack.
I'll tell you on that one, though, that's an opportunity. Turk's got to feel that pressure. He stepped right into it on the right side that time. Really just had nowhere to go.
And they have to tighten up and stick together, most importantly. These guys have had a lot of success together this season. with the only loss coming to Robinson on the last 2-point conversion of the game. You got to think that these guys have some type of brotherhood to hold each other accountable, but to also stick together and fight back. They have to fight back.
This is a team you've never been able to count out. I know there's been a couple of times. You remember that you guys mentioned the BB game or Whitehall game. You had the BB game earlier this year. Both games where you found yourself down early. So big key right here. The snap's got to be good. You got to get this off clean. Don't get it blocked.
Can't get a safety.
Yeah, but then you cannot allow Shiloh to score again here before the half. You've got to get a stop and keep this at 34-14 at minimum before you go to the half.
And what's crazy is the guys actually had a stop, but a fumble.
Another bad snap.
That's going to help big time.
Man.
That was a great bounce. So that's a great kick by QJ King. And it looks like
so great punt by QJ there. That flips the field back. So now see if your defense can get a stop.
.1 minute and 57 seconds. They have to get a stop before the half because Shiloh Christian, I believe, they do get the ball back.
No. It'll be, yeah, Mills won the toss and deferred.
And Wisdom rolls left, throws a dot to Neal, and that pass is complete.
Looks like Neal is okay after that little bang up right there on the far sideline. Mousecaster has to stay alert right here. Don't want to give up that big pass.
And if you guys pay attention.
And he stepped out of bounds right there, actually.
And Bo Williams drops that pass. But if you guys are paying attention, it looks like the Comets did make a switch to their defense, putting Derek Murdoch at linebacker. And it looks like they added a little bit more beef onto the defensive line. So we will see how that works out. Derek Murdoch is at linebacker. We haven't saw him play linebacker at all this season, I believe. So this will be something to look out for. He is leading the state in sacks. Let's see if he can help out at linebacker with Bo Williams running that ball. And Bo Williams is down after picking up about 5 yards right there, or 4 yards, making it 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6, big play right here. A minute left. You got to think they're trying to take a shot. Watch Holman down here on the bottom of your screen.
And they actually run a quarterback wrap right there. And that is enough for a first down. 54 seconds left in the first half. And they actually throw it to Neal. They go deep on Anton Pierce. That doesn't work out once again. But for some reason, Carl, it looks like these Saints are having a step on these players tonight. What do you think it is?
I think they are having a step. It's just so much going on. Like I said, Tyler, they're getting so many different looks from this offense. I'm not sure if they're trying to guess what's going to happen next. But I just don't think they're playing disciplined football on this side of the ball so far.
Really surprised at the lack of pressure. I know we've gotten a couple sacks, but that rollout has really hurt the Comets.
It is, and it looks like they're rolling away from Charlie each time. And they're throwing the comeback whenever they're doing the rollout. They're looking for the comeback or the cross on the opposite side of the field. But as I said earlier, their rollouts for the quarterback on these passing plays also look like design run plays with the 2 lead blockers chasing or leading the block each time. So it can turn out to be anything.
3rd and 10. Let's see what they do right here. They have Bo Williams line pretty far back. Let's see if we get some type of double pass action right here.
Screen. And they actually fake the screen, throw the draw. And Charlie makes a tackle.
Did they? I have to see this call right here. It should be a hold. our first of the game. "30 seconds left. It's not impossible to score, but do you even want to try it right here, Tyler, or you just want to take it into the half, see what adjustments you can make, being down 20?
Me personally, I tried.
I tried as well, being down 20.
As good as this offense has been, I'm taking the shot here for sure.
4th and 14, 30 seconds left. Will they just give this ball to Bo Williams and see what he can do, or will they roll out, look for the comeback?
And I think they're trying to run down this play clock right here, maybe.
And these motions are not sure what they're doing. But you have Holman down the middle of the field, and Jabray Shaw is there for the pass breakup. And that kid does what he does night in and night out, and that is make plays on the defensive side of the ball.
Great catch, and the pass breakup was just better. It was just simply better. The punch and rip through the hands right there, Tyler, it's a thing of beauty. You wouldn't understand as an offensive guy.
It wouldn't happen to me as an offensive guy. But I don't think I'll be going out deep for any routes.
Well, I'd take that shot to Jabray. I know they got their safeties way back, but
definitely take the shot to Jabray. I think you send QJ and Tyler as decoys down on the inside of those hashes and let Jabray have the outside to himself and just throw a jump ball. But, of course, we have Anton Pierce on the opposite side. That might be the guy they go to. Instead, they go to QJ King, and they actually get out of bounds. But the clock ran off more seconds than what it was supposed to be. It looked like he got out of bounds with 5 seconds left, but instead it's 3 seconds left, 3.2 to be exact. And that gives them enough room for a Keeley's Ringo Hail Mary.
really quick update in basketball action. Maumell's up here in Northwest Arkansas as well. They trail Springdale after a quarter, 18-9.
Please make sure you guys like and subscribe on the Mill Sports Network as well as Natural State Sports.
And they just throw a quick screen to Jabray Shaw.
Oh, I like
and
that.
Wow!
It looks like
like
Anton
it.
Pierce
Damn.
will get into the end zone. And that is how they end this half.
Some
34
backyard
to 20.
football. I love to see that backyard football right there. Works out in the Comets' favor, and they have life once again.
And this is the type of team that the Comets are, a backyard football type of team with athletes who can make plays at any time. I mean, they can make plays at any time with any type of design play. I'm not sure if Andy Reid even has that play in his playbook.
The fake toss by QJ, another fake toss
Fake
leading to an
toss
actual
twice
toss.
by Jabray Shaw. And they actually run a jet sweep to Tyler Johnson.
He races for the pylon, but not able to get there.
And that will do it for this first half, 34-20, 0 on the clock. And we will be back here for the halftime show shortly.